Hello and welcome back to DMV Rivals Summer 2024. We are back for our second match between Crowdfund Control and Meow 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 Meow. Hopefully the issues that we saw before should be resolved, and we should have a very fun match for game number two. Shiv, anything you are looking forward to in the second match?
Well, I'm hoping that Crowd Control resolves some of their issues, as that first game was not going well from end to end for them. They definitely just got completely dominated by Allura and Nightstone in that mid game by a more proactive mid jungle duo. So we'll see what they want to change up in draft if they want to change anything with how they play, because otherwise it's going to be a very short night.
Yeah, I think their draft honestly was fine in itself. I think the issue just mostly stemmed from their team play and sort of focusing onto one side of the quadrant. I think when they saw the Kog'Maw, I think they were maybe considering, all right, maybe we have to focus down towards bot side, but at the same time we have a Yone top, so maybe we have to go up there again. But I think I wanted to see them double down onto one side and play towards that one side, and that way I think it's also a bit easier for Prone to sort of get vision and be able to just sort of walk freely without having to worry about getting caught out by an Ari engage or a Kha'Zix engage. And as we will be saying that, we will be transitioning right into the draft, where we immediately see once again a Skarner first pick. The bans are mostly relatively the same. And Shiv, we see your prized Jinx.
I thought I was the Karthus guy. Anyway, yeah, Jinx coming through over the Ash this time around, and we'll see if the support picks go any earlier. We saw them go pretty late in the draft last time with the Nautilus and the Rel. We'll see if there's more priority on those enchanters in this first round.
Yeah, we do actually just see Syndra being taken away very quickly. Once again, I think that priority is just due to Allura's champion pool. Um, I think with the mid lane bans as well, they're really just making sure that they can pinch any options that they can. And I think there's running it back. They have the Kog'Maw. I think once again, they're just throwing it down. Maybe expecting the team to play towards top side, towards Samanusuke, leaving the Kog'Maw on an island. And I'm curious if there's going to match it with the Kha'Zix, but an Ahri being locked in.
Yeah, I think for the Ari, we know it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Matchup went kind of poorly in the 1v1, but Allura definitely came alive as the game went on, finding important picks and plays. Now with an Ash instead of a Kog'Maw, so more utility as well in this team composition.
Yeah, I'm actually still surprised. I think this is the first time we see Kelvin or Nightstone off that Kha'Zix. I think he's gonna have to dig a bit deeper. I imagine going to second phase. It will be probably banned away pretty quickly. But on the other side, Nautilus being locked in once more matches pretty well with the Syndra. If she lands a Scatter the Weak, it's an easy combo there, or alternatively, if Nautilus lands that hook, then Scatter the Weak is basically guaranteed.
Yeah. So as we move forward to these next round of bans, Meow Meow can definitely pinch down on the top lane pool if they want. And they will start us off with that Yon ban.
Yeah, I think Samanusuke was just popping off on that champion. Even though bot side was struggling a bit, there was a lot of hope towards the top side just because Samanusuke's landing phase was going so well. Um, every single time we saw it pan up towards the top lane, it was just I don't know, a masterclass right there. Landing every Q, even taking two turret shots in the early laning phase and saying, you know what, I'll
Yeah,
scratch that off and come back
when
to lane again.
when you E under the enemy tower and you still find a 30 CS lead, something's going very well up there. We do see the support pool getting pinched by crowdfund control, denying some of the engage options for Meow Meow.
Yeah, interestingly, no Kha'Zix ban. So I think that might just be them saying that we can still play that 5-on-5. If you play Kha'Zix, we will just play more coordinated. We'll play better on vision, um, and just won't get caught out. And I think we might just be seeing that Sejuani probably being locked in for Dota 2 his beater, but I'm interested to see what they pair that with now that Samaniske does have that last pick counter pick. We also have
Yeah,
seen
now
some
that we're on the
success
side
on
of
him with something like a Xin Zhao earlier, but it will be Sejuani locked in.
Yeah, we'll see if there's anything other than the Kazakhs. Do you expect anything spicy from Destiny Steel in the support position here?
Uh, I know he's a very big fan of his enchanters. He can play the Rel. He can play some of the melee supports, such as I believe Taric even. So I'm curious what they play out here. We do see a Lilia actually being picked out for Nightstone. Nightstone's champion pool obviously favoring towards the Lilia, the Kha'Zix, the Gwen. And with the Lilia being locked in, I think they're going for more of a team fight play style, less so more geared towards the getting the picks. And so in this case, the sleep can affect some of the solo front line, like the Sejuani and the Nautilus on the side of crowdfund control.
Yeah, and they're going to round it out with that Braum here. So a lot of utility across Meow Meow. No true hyper carry from any role, but hey, they're running triple threats. Skarner can kind of be a threat if we're being real with ourselves. We'll see what Samanusuke has here in the top lane. And yep, he's going to throw down the vein. He is going out on his own terms, if anything. He did have one game on this, at least before, played it into Rough Puff's Zach. Don't believe that game went too great. We'll see if he's able to do himself better this time around.
Yeah, I love the confidence from this guy. In the previous series, we would see picks like Twisted Fate, the Vayne top, the Renekton top. This day, we're seeing Yone, and once again, a pullback with the Vayne top. So I think they're really trying to play towards Samanusuke and see if he can get a lead in his lane and try to have him carry towards the mid game where the team fights are really going to matter.
Yeah. I mean, I remember back in, I will say, I remember back in like season 5, season 6, people were talking about Braum as a counter to Vayne because he can like spread out the silver bolts, prevent you from finishing people off. I feel like we're a long way from 2015 now that Vayne has a lot of counters. Not one of which is the fact that Meow Meow will try to just keep him at distance. They have so many slows coming out from basically everyone that are very difficult to not get hit by.
Yeah, the
And so we'll
champions
see
are
if
just
that
straight up annoying.
800 MS Vayne can go to work.
Yeah, and you have to catch up to this deer that's going at you at Mach speed. You have to get away from the Ash slows. And then the Skarner champion, I don't know, will just come out of a wall randomly. So a lot of threats. Same on the opposite side, the Sejuani and Syndra stuns and the Nautilus hooks. Maybe some setup towards Dragov 1. Maybe Dragov 1 has silently been actually a very decent AD carry at this tournament, despite being last picked and also being traditionally a jungler main, has really stepped up. And with this Jinx pick, uh, has a lot of that team fight potential. Once you get excited, you can easily just transfer that into more and more kills. And I want to see how Crowdflood Control adapts to game one, seeing if they can clear some vision and get some more control for themselves as they go into game two.
Yeah, maybe a bit more difficult with how much Lilia can kind of just rampage through the jungle with her clear speed. Make it very difficult for Sejuani to ever find good plays, find spots of vision to play around. So we'll see how that all pans out. But a very similar draft from the side of Crowder Fun Control. But they are still, like you said, they are still confident in a similar team composition. Meow Meow, some same pieces, but I think with the more carry oriented jungler of Lilia, with the defensive play of Braum, and a lot of utility in this competition, they are shifting gears a tad for this game too.
Yeah, early game, I think Eyes will be undoubted to his beater. Obviously, as Sejuani, he cannot outpace the Lilia, and so it's going to be on him to make some of these early plays. And with that, with the spectator delay, we'll be seeing you in just a few minutes as we will be returning back for game two, where it's crowdfund control versus meow 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 meow. And welcome back to DMV Rivals for our second game between crowdfund control and meow 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 meow
30
meow.
seconds until minions
We
spawn.
have a pretty exciting here matchup here. It's once again do or die. And I think the worst part is it's hard to make it this far and decide if this will be your last moments in the tournament. Right now, crowdfunding control is just one loss away from just being kicked out, so they will be fighting back with their biggest might. And we'll have to see as they adapt
Yeah,
for
and
game two.
yeah, and they are fighting back with a Vayne top for
Oh yeah.
Samanusuke. Running the classic Flash Ghost, Fleet Footwork, 800 MS Vayne. Gonna look to take over this game. But he'll start a laning phase up against a Skarner that has taken Comet to make the lane phase a bit better. And maybe some early invades from the side of Meow Meow.
Yeah, we got some shenanigans going on here. Looks like they will be clearing over towards the blue buff right here. And this is actually unseen at all. We might get a bit of info right here as they cross back over to the ward right here, but top lane, I mean, those rocks are pummeling.
Yeah, now Samanusuke is isolated. Sejuani should know from that angle that Lyrax and Destiny Seal walked the lane, that he is probably losing all three camps bot side, and so Vayne is going to have to deal with no jungler for this early game.
Yeah, pretty interesting start. So the side of Meow actually opt into the map split, so they're willfully taking this top lane matchup to be a 1v2, meanwhile bot lane will turn into a 2v3 as they go for a hook.
Oh, yeah, Dragon 1 able to put him on the line and prone, firing away some rockets. I don't believe we discussed this, but it is going to be prone on the 80 carry this time. We have seen them do this switch before to solid effect.
Yeah, last time when they were versus DRK, well, actually, sorry, when they were versus actually, I forgot what team it was,
Was
but
a
they ended
kitten.
up switching.
Was kitten.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, they ended up switching pro into the ADC when they were 1-1, and so they might be looking to repeat the same result, getting their last win right here. Mid lane, however, you see Jotu's leaders go wrong.
Yeah, here comes Sejuani around the corner, burns the flash. Good efficient gank. As now Sejuani will move into the other quadrant, try to take these camps away, as Lilia is going to run over and pay a visit. And Allura working his way over as well. Swirl C not going to find the mark. Stun there onto Allura. Don't to his beater. Wants to play up. Luca is flashing over the wall. They know Allura can't escape. And he is down for first blood. But Night's Dawn is on the chase and he'll trade it back.
That's hilarious. Both junglers actually did a diagonal clear as they traded their buffs, and then they decided, you know what, we're gonna go onto the other side. Looks like Nightstone didn't want his Raptors being taken, so they end up going for that scrap, and it does end up being a 1-for-1 trade. Both mid laners below their flash.
Yeah, really odd path from both sides. Sejuani able to go from that top side over to around enemy Raptors, where he snuck around, got the flash. And Lilia, not willing to let the Raptors go for free. Will now reset Sedge on bot, grab Lilia. Probably going to deploy out to the top side, but so is Allura, who is making the long trek up the river. Samanusuke is pushed up. He's going to have to pop the ghost. Allura going to get condemned away. The camera doesn't want to see Samanusuke in trouble as he's forced to flash away.
Hey guys, Braum landed a Q down here. It's crazy. Crazy stuff down here. Pan down here, but actually another fight is actually going on.
And Drag of 1 gonna take the hook in as Flame Chompers keep Lyrax away. Nothing really doing down here. Lyrax trying to use that Power of the Ash early, but nothing doing quite yet.
Yeah, this lead camera is tripping me up. I'm just thinking, wait, is this gonna be a solo kill right here? Is this gonna be a solo kill? And it's gonna be both supports standing inside this. It's just them both standing inside the bushes. What is going on?
Yeah, because like sometimes it'll be like, oh, in the timeline there's a kill here soon, so let's move there. But it's like, no, not even anyone below half HP really.
And with all that being said, good run by Allura. Does end up blowing both the Ghost and the Flash from Samanusuke, forcing him to play a bit more safer. Can't just push Skarner under turret repeatedly. And Night Sun will happily walk over towards these grubs that will be spawning in just 45 seconds. Until then,
It was a very
quite
interesting play. Yeah, it was a very interesting play by Allura. I want your take on this as a mid laner, because I feel like roams just do not happen pre-6 in most cases. He's willing to go up there at basically level 3. Is that something that just doesn't happen anymore? Can it happen in control mage versus control mage matchups, especially?
Yeah, sometimes if you push it into Cannon Wave or if the other laner is on a reset, you can go opt in for that. And so in that moment, Blue Killers was actually going for that reset and ended up TPing back. Yeah, but usually in these lane matchups, if you missed a wave of EXP, then it's just you're permanently behind. Allura playing the Ahri, it's pretty low resource, low econ, so if you go for that, miss a few minions, it's actually not too bad, since he's basically going to
Okay.
be playing for his team and looking for those engages.
Yeah, perfectly fair. And right now he is a bit lower resource as he once again finds himself down a bit in this Syndra matchup. Will become quite a bit easier once he's got those Merc Threads under him, though.
Yeah, both teams actually playing towards the bot side right here. Nightstone will be crept inside this tri-bush as Dota2's beater starts up the dragon.
And Nightstone stole enough EXP, I think, for 6. Dota 2's beater still without that Glacial Prison, and it's Nightstone wanting to start the fight, get some damage off the Drag of 1, has to flash before that concussive blows procs. Allura now looking for maybe an angle. Good step on the charm there. It will be Dragon Control to MEOW.
Yeah, I think the moment that Dragov is forced to flash away, I think the fight is over. There's no really chance to turn back there. And so that will be Nightstone just casually walking over, taking out the dragon. And with the grub still up, and Dota2's beater on the bot side, I'm curious if he rotates up towards the top crab, and then will eye towards these grubs. Sevenuske going for a trade.
Oh, has to pop the final hour, avoids the impale, and now Schwoogs is just going to get chased all the way back. Has to flash. Is it early? Semenuske tumble in. Can't get another Silver Bullets proc. That'll be a surviving Scorpion, but now on bot side, Drag of 1 with the hook in. Here comes Dota to his beater around the corner. Looking to pop that Permafrost. Looking to get prone excited for something here in the bot lane. Destiny Seal gonna be stunned, gonna be taken down eventually, right? Eventually, right? And Prone has to flash in to make it happen, and they even get Lyrax on top.
Yeah, well played by Zeta Craftly Control by Allura. Getting a trade here. Could you go for a solo kill?
Oh, Spirit dashing around these orbs. Gonna need one more tick of it, but Blue Killers just barely stays alive, requires another auto, and it's a trade in the mid lane.
Yeah, so Dota2's beater does go for that bot game. It will be responded by Nightstone, who will take the first 3 grubs right there. But that will be 2 kills going over to Prone on the Jigs. Will be setting himself up for this mid-game team fights. And I think with all that being said, the grubs are not that actually important for the side of Meow 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 Meow. I think it's very good to deny them. But if you're looking at the lane matchups, the Skyner will never really get access to hit on these turrets. And I think Allura maybe towards the mid game could start hitting some turrets, but we'll have to see how the mid lane matchup goes. And we see some hooks going through a wall for that trade.
Perfectly calculated. That's the skill of support.
Yeah,
It's the Nautilus hook.
he has actually been landing all these hooks. So he landed 2 back to back during that bot lane gank. So drag off 1, you know, pulling up some good hooks.
Yeah, definitely seeing change of pace here in the bottom lane with the switch. Last game they were getting dove constantly by a Kog'Maw lane. They weren't really sticking up in the 2v2, excuse me. But this time they're now in the driver's seat, and we'll see if they can take over this game in their favor.
Yeah, no flashes on the side of Lyrax and Destiny Seal. Same with both the bot lanes on Crowdfund Control, Pro and Drag off 1 not having them. So maybe could be see some bot lane action going in here as both junglers will start pathing down with their ults available as well.
Lilia also building herself up a nice farm lead, as we would expect here. Nice on getting these games in before Riot completely guts the top 4 AP junglers and makes it unplayable. Why they don't just nerf Faded Ashes is beyond me. But yeah, I don't think we'll see as much of these AP junglers soon. So for now, gonna just have to be content with that 23 farm lead in the jungle.
Yeah, I hope they're not doing the change where they nerf the champion and the item afterwards.
Oh, they're just running down the champions. Like even Gragas is getting nerfed,
Oh,
even though
no.
he's like not especially good in jungle. I think maybe.
Yeah, I don't think I've
Yeah.
seen it too often, but Dota2's beater will be penning down here. No vision in any of these lane bushes, so it will be a bit of a surprise. I think the next time they can see a hook, Destiny still walking up a bit.
Oh, he's just gonna get the death charge dropped on him. Flame chompers. He's gonna try to throw down that Glacial Fissure. but it is not gonna go his way. Teleport in as Dota 2's beater, not able to get more. Allura trying to dash it in, looking for the damage on the drag of one, but now he's rooted. He's in place and he can't get a return kill. Nicely played on the bot side as Nightstone making his way to the mid lane. Does burn the lullaby, but Lyrax may be in trouble as well. Dota 2's beater will gladly give up his life if it means another one drops in favor of Prone. That play maybe not going the way Luco's envisioned. Flash forced in topside action all over the place. I guess crowd foot control. Lose 3 at the end of it all.
Yeah, so we did get 2 kills onto Lyrax. We also got another 2 kills onto Prone. Shutdown actually going to Lyrax. Meanwhile, mid lane, Nightstone just walks over Luke onto by Luke Killers and then gets that solo kill right there. Actually forcing Luke Killer's flash as well, so that's pretty big for this upcoming dragon fight.
Yeah, we will see Nightstone continue to push that CS lead, continue to ram through the jungle with that Blackfire Torch, killing any Syndras that he happens upon. Simonusuke having to burn that flash in top lane definitely means he won't have the pressure he envisioned for quite a while. Sejuani is on his side. We'll see if they make anything of it.
Quick as a fox.
I'm kind of surprised by this late reset right here. 15 seconds onto the dragon. Actually, Dota 2's beater will stay up there.
Oh, Schwoog's trying to get out with the E. Does he have enough distance? The shield comes up, but another silver bullet from Simonusuke does him in.
Yeah, they need that kill to happen because this dragon will for sure go to the side of MEOW. It'll be a 3v4 down here. So I'm expecting Nightstone to walk over.
Allura missed the charm. Thought maybe Luke Killers could have found more damage. Not quite yet. Should be, like you said, full drag control. Nightstone gonna make it 2-0 in that department.
Yeah, you can see some things immediately being panned over towards the grubs, so they will be responding with this, but I think Nightstone will be pretty happy because you can walk into the bot side, see that all the camps are down, or up actually, and I think with 113 CS already, we could expect maybe 10 CS per minute. Lyrax with a nice hawk shot. Holy, that hook.
Oh, beautiful hook around the minions. Lyrax was not expecting it. He's going to be dead. His team worked their way over for a dive. Looks like they still want to make it happen. Glacial Fissure hits onto just Prone. The wave is thinned, and nothing except the 1 kill.
Yo, Dragov is on fire. That hook was insane. He ended up curving it around the minions, like completely preventing the dive as well. That was their response play after taking the dragon. And now the grubs will go for free. And that's pretty big, considering Simonusuke will be on this split pusher.
Yeah, I mean, I do have to shout out Dragon of One's mental, right? Because game 1, you're on the Ashe. You're in a more carry position. It goes terribly in the bot lane, for lack of better words. And now you're being told by your team, hey, go to support. Don't be a carry. We're going to put you on Nautilus. You're going to do great, kid. You're going to do great. And he's doing well. Doing very nicely here on the engaged champ thus far. Not quite a bit better than Prone handled himself in that game 1.
Yeah, exactly. And I think crowdfund control has adapted pretty well to game 2 with that rule swap. Ollie doing exceptionally well inside this game. Simonusuke going for a final hour top lane.
Yeah, Schwoogs buys some space with the E, but still has to flash. Good angle from Sam.
It's an interesting mechanic. He ended up condemning Skarner during the E, but then it looked like it just stabilized him, like he didn't move at all.
Yeah, like ran down his feet or something. Oh, that hook's gonna go wide from Drag of One. Gonna try to walk his way out, but now there's action in the mid lane. Lullaby gonna be dropped on Luke Killers. It's gonna be a bit of a night-night in the mid lane as Nightstone is on the board. Now Prone being forced back under his tower. His Nautilus is nowhere to be seen, and Destiny Seal slams him with the ult.
Yeah, well played from everyone from the side of MEOW, especially towards the bot lane. They really punished that hook, missing onto the wall. And I think with Prone going down, they could offer themselves some free time to hit this bot lane turret. Instead, it looks like they're going to be opting into just getting those resets and making sure they can tempo outside onto the map. I would not be surprised if Destiny Steel starts walking over towards the Herald with this reset, as they eye towards the top side.
Yeah, does look like it's going to be the play. Lyrax willing to push in another wave for basing. See if he finds any item thresholds with that. As back in top lane. Yeah, that tower just barely going to survive as Prone is going to be down here. So We'll see where they deploy this Ashe. Braum already on top side position like for that Herald, as you alluded to. And it looks like there's a bit of a brawl in top side, but direct camera didn't trigger in time. Schwoogs is dead as Dota 2 is betters on the board. Asher are going to sail wide. Lilia on a rampage, but she's just so low. Teleport in for some reinforcements. Lucio is now on the scene. Allura making his way up here as well. Scatter hits on the 2, but the ult just needs 1. As Destiny Seal's gonna fall. Allura now with no ult charges quite yet. Gonna be tagged by the permafrost. Put in the freezer. And Luke Killer's gonna scatter the weak. Gonna get the kill with the Q. It's 2 for the Syndra.
Played by the sound of crouch line control. I'm so sorry. There were the
Is it that the D key doesn't work for directed camera?
no, there was some
That's what happened to me.
no, it was working fine. I was looking towards the Twitch chat where there was the bot spammers, and I accidentally may have banned James alongside that. Really sorry,
Alright.
James.
Well,
You were
at the end of it all,
yeah.
at the end of it all, it is crowdfund control. Finding some good plays, finding some gold onto Luke Killers.
Alright, you should be unbanned now, hopefully. Yeah, it was just found in the collateral of the bots. Oh, no, shoot, it's Chainman 1, 2, 3. Hold on. No, but anyways, good side. Good job on crowdplay control. Ended up getting that 4 for 1.
So yeah, either way, it is going to be Herald control for the side of Meow Meow. Lilia blitzing through the jungle, first in the game to 2 real items. We don't count Knight's Vow as items, but Samunusuke will definitely count this kill if he's able to get it. He's chasing down Talura, gonna flash forward, and a solo kill for the Vayne.
And once again, same as game 1. Every single time we pan up there, it's just Samunusuke going off. Loses the first.
Oh, nice angle on the Glacial Prison as Lyrax gonna be locked down for far too long, trying to turn it with the arrow onto prone. But that's gonna be Jinx finding kill. Nice scatter here as Luke Killers joins up. The door actually blocks a ton of the Syndra ult, and Nightdawn's gonna be able to prance away. Schwoogs, though, won't be able to save the Braum. Gets 1 kill in response. Does not have an ult. He's gonna be locked up by the permafrost, taken down by Luke Killer.
Yeah, that's even more gold being funneled into the side of crowdfund control. We have a 5-2 Jinx, a 6-3 Syndra, and another turret going over as well. And they will also stop the dragon stacking from the side of Meow. So big turnaround right here. Sorry, I have the giggles still.
Yeah, the carries from Meow Meow really showing up here. They're gonna stop the dragon stacking, move up to a quite favorable position here with the 5k gold lead.
Yeah, we will be looking towards Night's Dawn. 172 CS on the Lilia, 4-0, 2 items complete. Maybe he can be the winner for his team, getting that comeback. It's still not too desperate. It's pretty early into the game. But yeah, I mean, you have the double ADC on the side of crowdfund control. It'll be hard to play into them. But you have some options. You have the Ashe area, you have the Ahri engage. And so if they're able to set up a team fight for a Night's Dawn, they can make that comeback play.
Yeah, I mean, with all that pick potential that the Ashe Arrow and the Lilia, even with the Lullaby, provides, we do see Samunusuke going for that QSS. Knows he's probably the one that is going to be overextended in sides. And actually, we're going to have an arrow up towards top. It's soaked up by Jinx, but she is able to get away. Drag of 1, though, set in their sights on Night's Dawn. Not quite going to find the angle.
Yeah, it looks like it will just be 1 turret going down, the Herald being traded for that. Samunusuke will be looking to be targeted here. And right now, I'm looking for both sides as they recover some of the vision here. We'll be looking to scrap around the mid lane. But right now, Samunusuke will be getting the bot lane pushed out. Blue Killers will be getting the top lane pushed out. And with all that red side vision towards the bot side, maybe they could eye towards this red buff, but instead, they will be eyeing towards Allura.
Well, camera's gonna pan out. Looks like Dota 2's beater was able to escape. Boog's gonna hope to do the same here with the Ishtal impact, but I guess that's how the condemn works. Just stuns him in the air. Boog's gonna look for the kidnap. QSS will keep the train going, but not enough damage. Now in mid lane, Destiny Steel getting back. Hook from Dragon 1. That time going to find a minion. Now Glacial Fissure to try to get a re-engage of some kind going, but it's 3v4. I don't like those odds because Nightstone is down in bot lane, puts down the Lullaby, and will butt down Salmonuske.
Yeah, but
It's
the Baron is
1-for-1
up.
across the map.
The jungler is bot side. Skarner does not have the TP available. Allura also just getting the TP back. Let's see if they can play towards this Baron. And now it looks like both Ashe, Lyrax, and Allura will be walking up. Nightstun is very far behind. The Baron is not being taken low enough.
Yeah, now here comes the arrow, gonna find it onto the Syndra. Is there a turn? Because it doesn't look like it can burn the Baron. Nothing really happening for crowdfund control on this objective.
Yeah, it looks like nothing will happen here. I think they realize they can't burn the objective down quite in time. So they will just play it safe, but Dragoff-Born, I think he might be a bit of a goner here.
Oh,
Never mind.
Knight's gone through that scroll speed, I guess, looking for Sedge, and instead, not gonna find anything.
Yeah. Looks like a turret will be traded though for their efforts. Looks like Allura and Lyrax are able to just walk towards mid, taking out the mid tier one, which is already pretty low. And with all being said, not bad for the side of Meow 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 Meow. They're able to stop the bleeding. They're able to kill Salmonuske onto the bot lane. And Nightstun once again with another kill as looks like people are just jumping across the entire map with their last plants.
Oh my. Salmonuske is on the hunt again. Condemns him in the air. The kidnap is easily QSS, but here comes reinforcements again. Salmonuske finds himself in a 1v2 for the second time in a row. He's gonna fall.
Oh, you hate to see it. Looks like he's winning, but another fight mid lane.
Yeah, Unbreakable is gonna go up. Destiny Steel has to flash away. Healing back with that Glacial Fissure, but Prone trying to output the damage. Super Mega Death Rocket delivers the kill as Ashe Arrow has to be cleansed by Prone as Shrook makes his way in on the side. Those teams Beater and Skarner trying to get the heal going. Swirl Seed hits on two, and that's a massive Lullaby out from Nightstone. They've got Prone in their sights. They got him dead to rights. Allura now looking for more damage with the charm. They turn it around in the mid lane. Meow Meow in full control as now they want to chase for loot killers. The boulder slow, not going to be enough.
Did someone say come back? Because I think Meow 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 might be going for it. And it all started off with that pick into the top side. Salmonuske did get TP'd on as they were going for a 1v1 with Shwooks. Looks like we'll have some TPs going through. But Dragon is spawning in 30 seconds, and I think the action won't be over yet, as both teams will be up for it. And right now, looks like Meow will be taking that reset, and crowdfund control will be trying to regain some control over the map, but Salmonuske does not have the TP.
Yeah, I mean, in that, no TP for Salmonuske makes me think that. What
the? That's some new Vayne technology I've not seen
new
before. the quadruple tumble.
We go from like space gliding to, I guess, like space stuttering. I don't know, but they're actually gonna go for Baron here. They believe in their double marksman, and they're getting it done relatively fast. But here come the rest of Meow Meow. They are in position. Shwoog's trying to make some space here. Nightstone is in the area, but they're going to fully turn off of it. Arrow still finds its way on the Jinx somehow. Prone's got to get back and throw it to his beater, trying to peel away on the backside, but he is just actually going to kill Lyrax almost by himself. He trades 1 for 1, and I guess that's all we get.
Yeah, and I think with the Dragon being up, I think both teams might just pan down towards there. The jungler is gone. So I think Nightstone will just be happily able to solo this, but we'll have to see. Maybe Salmonuske can do something towards the mid lane in response.
Yeah, Nightstone gonna try to just throw that down. These Ashe arrows from Lyrax getting a lot of good work there, preventing Prone from firing off in that fight, and even in the fight before, causing Prone to have to burn his cleanse early. Didn't have it for the Lullaby when Nightstone and Allura made their way in. That's gonna be 3 dragons for the side of Meow Meow. I don't think there's any sort of fight.
Yeah, I think they're being a bit too rash starting off the Baron. I think they didn't have complete vision control right before they started, and so that meant that Meow 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 was able to walk up, understanding that they could take the dragons another time and go for that contest. And right now, until that Jinx hits that IE or until Vayne hits 2 or 3 items, I think a Baron rush will be a bit difficult. That being said,
Yeah,
it was a very even game.
yeah, definitely felt a bit odd to go for it now that I see Vayne still only with the Kraken Slayer paying the QSS tax.
Yeah, I
Still
think it's just
very
the
tight
anti-skarner
game.
tech.
Still very. I mean, you can just condemn him in midair. It's broken.
Yeah, what is
It can't
that?
be playable.
You just they stand still. I would have thought he pushes him back, but no, it just makes him stand still. That's crazy.
I would have understood if it just like canceled him and he didn't go anywhere, but like actually getting a stun duration as if like whenever, I don't know, is it like the fact that because he goes through walls, they code him as always in a wall?
He's
I
just
don't know.
a wall.
It's
I
crazy.
don't know. Yeah,
He becomes a wall later. Either way.
I don't know, really strange stuff. But I think he'll be pretty happy in this 1v1. We'll have to see if Allura or Nightstun ends up disturbing it. Oftentimes with a double TP, you can just send both your solo lanes down into one lane, and then there's not really any response available from the other side just because the double TP will shut down any play. If you do opt to go for the Baron, then you'll also be opting to a 4v5. So right now, it
Yeah.
looks like both teams will be taking control of the top side. We'll see some vision battles here. Nightstun a bit too far up.
Oh, oh no, that's the dredge line. You gotta hit. He's gonna go depth charge after, and they're still gonna full commit onto Nightstun. The scatter didn't find the mark, but we can just point and click and call it a day. Now Shrook's condemned back, still flashing forward as Samanusuke's in trouble. That boulder goes wide though, and it looks like Vayne is able to escape. Ishtal impact though. Shrook's making his way forward. Another Q goes wide. Allura now at the back of the Baron pit as they're looking to take the objective.
Yeah, Baron's starting up. It's pretty low, 6k gold.
Okay. Teleports in. It's going to be 4v4. 32 is there, soaking up the RE damage. Smite is there, but now what does the fight look like? As Shrook tunnels his way forward, they're going to take 2 easy kills to start him off. And Prone now might be met by Allura. He needs to do the damage back. Flash away for the charm. And it's Prone finding the kill. He's slowed. He has to cleanse. He has to make hay. He has to get away. He's got the scatter. And now Samanusuke is here to back him up. The Jinx stays alive. Keeps on dishing out the damage. And now Samanusuke wants to do the same. He's got Destiny Seal in his sights. I'm going to pretend that didn't happen. I'm going to pretend it's a 4-kill fight for crowdfund control.
Holy moly, Prone with that movement, dodging out on everything, and then Luke Hiller's right after him, lands that critical scatter of the week, ends up turning the fight. And what looked like a really good turn from the side of MEOW. Looks like they just overextend way too far, and they just get outplayed by the side of Luke Hillers and Prone, and Samanusuke comes in after that reset with the Skarner 1v1, and ends up cleaning up the crew.
Yeah, and I mean, another big thing to take into account is that Samanusuke was alive at the time that they took the Baron. Actually, no, he didn't even get soloed in bot side. It was just the fact that he wasn't there. My apologies. But yeah, he has it here for that side lane control. Prone has it to push in the mid lane. The only people missing it are the jungler and support, who are going to be not really controlling waves anytime soon.
Yeah, Chemtech Dragon spawning in a minute. Not too important for the side of MEOW. At the same time, I think crowdfunding control has to take it. It doesn't have the soul. I'm curious how to see how they do the lane assignments. Oftentimes here you'll see a 4-1 with this core of crowdfunding control will be able to get control into the mid side and cover towards the bot side. Looks like they will be dropping the mid wave though. A bit afraid to walk up, but actually go-to's leader going for the engage.
Oh, Lyrax finds himself in a rough spot. He's hit by the scatter. He is going to be zapped to nothing. Destiny still trying to put up the door, trying to retreat back to his team, but Depth Charge finds him. The Super Mega Blast Cone gets him to safety. As it will be an odd man fight around this dragon if we even get one.
Yeah, the hook misses, the Sejuani ult misses, but you know what? The Scatter of the Week does end up hitting its mark, and Lyrax does go down. Allura actually still pushing up towards the top side. We'll be trying to trade back some turrets, but they will be pushing the mid lane as well.
Oh, yep, now the CC onto Lillia. Nice block by the Braum as Destiny Seal able to stay alive. There's the Lullaby onto the back line, finds it onto multiple members, but there's the stopwatch from Luke Killers, and Prone just keeps on dishing the deeps. He's gonna find 3 kills as Allura just can't even take Samanusuke in the 1v1. It's onto the towers, and it's gonna be on to game 3 unless Lyrax has something to say about it. But he can't even deal with Sedge. He's not gonna deal with Prone. It's 1-1, and game 3 is coming up between Crowdfund Control and Meow Meow.
Man, this is turning out to be quite the banger. And this game, I think Crowdfund Control with the role swap, it ended up being so good. Prone getting the early lead with the side of Dragov One's insane hooks. I mean, those were incredible. Basically like a magnet onto Lyrax and Destiny Seal. And with that being said, a silent performance by Luke Hillers, also 12 and 3, up there with the damage. And we'll have to see. Meow, it's your turn to respond. They do get side selection for the first time, and we'll have to see how they respond.
Yeah, and with that, we will take a short break before we get into game 3 to see which of these teams is moving on and which of them is going home.
Yeah, see you then. Hello and welcome back to DMV Rivals. We're here for our third game between Crowdfund Control and Meow 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 Meow. And we are joined by a little special rat over here in the center. Hoptech, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, what's up? Third game, third caster.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, we'll be
Mhm.
uh we'll be watching this game very closely.
Yeah, eyes wide open. So, given that you saw the first two games, I'm guessing, are there any standout players or just any people on the team that you were interested in playing against or you're kind of worried against?
Yeah, I mean, I think Prode making that switch to ADC has just done wonders for crowdfund control. He looked really sharp even after playing support for I think all of this DMV, right? And just playing support in solo queue as well. And Dragon looked impeccable on that Nautilus. They were playing really well, holding down that bot lane. But on the other side, I think Schwoogs has done a great job in just neutralizing Samanosuke, who's like one of the best players in this tournament by rank. Um, there's a bit of like a 1,200 OP gap between the two of them, or something like that. So looks like you can just bridge that 1,200 OP gap with Skarner.
Yeah, no protection bans either. Every single time we go into the draft phase, it always is those bans targeted either towards Luke Killers or towards Dota to his beater. And so, despite that, just comfortably picking the Skarner and able to make up for that, I think is such a good positive factor for Meow 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 Meow. That being said, they are switching over towards the red side. Since they did lose the last game, they had side selection. And so, with that, how do you expect things to switch up?
So I'm not sure because I wasn't really watching the draft of the two games. Um, but can you confirm whether Allura was getting counterpick or not?
So typically we would see Luke Killers actually lock in an early Syndra, almost as a
Okay,
takeaway, and then so far both games Allura has responded with the Ari.
with the Ari. Okay,
Yeah, I
good to
think
know.
the main thing is that Samanusuke was getting that last pick counter pick on red side, and in this case they will now be on the blue side, so maybe it could offer them something. Maybe the Herzvelg or Schwoogs goes for that counter pick top lane, or maybe they will be giving Allura a bit more room with that counter pick as well.
Yeah, yeah. I think what they really want to do is look for red side to punish whatever Interpede or sorry Prone and Drag of One want to pick early in the bot lane because I think that's one of CC's only options is to pick either that Syndra or a bot laner, and then I think Lyrax and Destiny Seal really want to punish that either with support counter pick or some AD shenanigans down in the bot lane. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
I'm curious if they stick with the role swap as well. I think Prone looked really good as well as Dragov 1. I think game 1 they had issues securing vision on one side of quadrant. Basically, I think Destiny Steel did an amazing job of basically controlling the dragon area, especially towards bot side. And I think Nightstone especially has been a standout performer. No matter what game he seems to play or what game he seems to be in, No matter what champion as well, he always gets an early CS lead with that full clear rotation. And honestly, is just a consistent player. So we'll have to see in game number three. Will he be on that Kha'Zix? Will he be on that Lilia? How will things shape up?
Yeah, definitely a clash of styles we see between these two junglers. Dota 2 definitely likes to play those ganking ones. Whether it be that Rek'Sai, I think last game he played the Sedge. So a lot of supportive junglers likes to gank, likes to get his laners ahead. Whereas Nightstone really, for lack of a better word, more of a selfish jungler. Really likes to just play to full clear, get ahead with the CS lead, and look to take over the game. So um, yeah, definitely a lane or rather a jungle to watch between these two players.
Yeah. I'm curious if they go back with the Sedge. It seems to be working out quite well, especially with the Nautilus lock-in. You just have that CC chain. On the other side, I was a bit surprised last game we didn't see the run back with the Kog'Maw Kha'Zix, but they do opt in for a different draft. We will be transitioning over towards the draft as well. And in this case, once again, crowdfund control is on the blue side and Meow is on the red side.
I really want to see CC take away the Skarner either by picking it B1 or banning it because it has been such a staple for Meow 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 on in the hands of Schwoogs. But um, I think they'll make a big mistake if they don't ban it.
Yeah, I think if it is the first pick, I think it would be going over to Dota 2's beater. I would not want to
Yes.
see Samanusuke on the Skarner. I think I want to see him on a carry. I think the last few
Yes.
series where he's been playing the Vayne top, the TF top, or like even the Renekton, I think he's just been a standout and he's just been basically pressuring whoever top laner he's against, even Keshawn
Mm-hmm.
Robinson. That lane matchup was insane to watch as they were just mechanically trading with one another.
Mm-hmm. It looks like they're just going to ban the Gwen Karthus LeBlanc. So those farming junglers again away from Nightstone. And they're going to take away the Skarner so they can't B1 it, whether they wanted to or not.
Yeah, so internationally here, a lot of times you would just be picking something like a Tristana or an AP jungler. In this case, they are hovering the Talia. Luke Killers was, this was banned away from Luke Killers twice in the first two
Mm-hmm.
games, so it might be a comfort pick going towards him. And it really stabilizes the map. You can rotate around with the Weaver's
Right.
Wall. And so with this, actually, never mind. Throw that out
Uh,
of the gutter.
yeah.
We are going with Sejuani.
So I mean, I like this. I like Dota 2. You know, just sticking with comfort. Talia doesn't have to be picked here, because I think Allura. It's not really an Allura shampoo. I don't expect them to pick Talia. Also, the same with Nightstone. I don't expect him to pick Talia in the jungle. Um, so they realized that they wanted to just lock down that Sedge, and just stabilize for, and just save their picks for later to maybe get counter pick.
Okay, very interesting. They are hovering the Kaisa. It will be locked in. I imagine that will be going over to Lyrax.
I think they're just
Um,
gonna take away the knot too.
yeah, I would not be surprised. Oftentimes, Kaisa is paired with those early game CC champions like the Leona or the Nautilus. I could see them going it down or having that support pick go down to the third slot just to give them a bit more info on their bot lane matchup. So they could opt into picking jungle here, but we'll have to see.
Kha'Zix,
Yeah, I
there's
mean,
that
so
comfort.
far, pretty scrappy. So far, Kha'Zix and Kaisa, I mean, you can go for some very, I guess, swift plays. If you see someone caught out, then you can just extend over to them basically immediately with the Kaisa ult or the Kha'Zix dash. On the
I
other
don't like Akali.
side,
I don't like Akali here.
oh, was that?
I think they just have too much maneuverability for Akali to really shine, especially in that Kaisa and Kha'Zix. Really hard to lock down. But it is Luke Killer's comfort, one of his most played champions. They do lock it in here. It has good synergy with the Sejuani being a melee champion as well. But I would have liked to see maybe the Talia or Syndra make an appearance again.
Yeah, I don't actually hate it too much because I think both Kaisa and Kha'Zix don't have that much CC, and so if you do for a 1v1 against Akali, it is pretty rough. I think it's also challenging Allure to see what he has inside his pool. If you lock in Syndra, that matchup itself is not too great. Akali
Hmm.
has easy solo kill potential when she hits level 6. And
Yep.
here, I think we might see either a bot lane pick, the Nautilus being taken away, so I'm eyeing towards the Leona, the Rel, or we might see a mid lane pick in response to the Akali.
I think they want to pick mid lane so Allura doesn't get pinched. Excited to see what he picks here though. The Rel. Okay, okay. So I think CC. Oh,
Whoa. Whoa.
a quick
Holy.
Cassio
Whoa.
shift. Okay. How do you feel about this match?
I think this is a really good pick. I was not expecting this at all. I don't think I've ever seen Allure actually play the Casio, but into the Akali, it is pretty good on the one-on-one. But also, if you look at the other champions, Nautilus and Sejuani, Casio excels into some of these dashing bruisers or tanks. She can easily try tanks, and especially with the new item, uh, I would not be surprised if he goes for a double burn build with Rylai's afterwards, just
You
to
know,
burn down the
it
sticks.
does like make a little bit of sense to me. You know his champ pool. You're basically the same person. You play the same exact things. That Cassio making an appearance is huge for Meow 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 though. I think, like you said, it's like you saw those two for like those picks, all melee range. Cassio just completely shines in that matchup. But we'll have to see whether how this matchup goes because I believe it's a skill matchup, right? Cassio versus
Yeah,
Akali.
I think if the miasma doesn't go onto the Akali E, then that's another 400 damage going over to Cassio. So you have to be really precise with the miasma. And that being said, I think Meow is also missing some of the puzzle pieces for their comp. Cassio likes to front to back, Kai'Sa likes to front to back, but right now there are support bans going through. We see the Rel and Leona being banned. The Aster was hovered. They need a support pick right here to basically be able to provide some space, tank up the
I think
Sejuani ult, tank up the Nautilus ult, and give them some room.
yeah, I'm not sure if Destiny Seal's comfortable, but I think Alistar would look pretty good here for a disengage for his Cassio and Kaisa. Um,
Oh,
Blitzcrank. Yeah,
uh,
honestly, I'm not too sure if I like that too much.
yeah, I would have preferred the Alistair, because I think right here, if you hook in the Nautilus or the Sejuani, they don't really care too much. They'll just build Warmogs and then try to tank it up. Um,
So, yeah, Blitzcrank is not a front to back champion. It's a pick kind of champion. Maybe they're just looked like completely dependent on blitz hooks to just blow up one target. Um, but I mean, you can see the tankiness on the other side. It's not going to be easy. And then they're locking that Ezreal. It's going to be even harder for Blitzcrank to play this game, I think.
oh man, if they lock in the Camille as well, this will just be bread and butter. You have the Sejuani and the Camille, but they're hovering some of these ranged top laners. The TF is blinded pretty often. Yeah, Ezreal, good lock-in right there. It's easy access into Meow's team comp. You outrange every champion there, as well offering some survivability. If Blitzcrank goes for the hook on you, you can buffer with
Very
the
good.
Arcane Shift, as well as the Kha'Zix if he jumps on you. You have a bit more safety to
Mhm.
get away from anything.
Yeah, I'm really glad Samanosuke decided to go for comfort here. I think he has a lot more experience on this Camille rather than some of these range tops that he's been pulling out this DMV. And I also think it's a very good just round off to their composition overall. Has good lockdown. In case the Nautilus Sedge isn't enough, there's a Camille maybe on the flank to kind of cut off your engage, or cut off the escape of Kaisa Kha'Zix. Um, and the set here makes sense, given the tankiness of CC, and also provides a little bit of space for his carries. But overall, what do you think about these two comps?
I'm definitely favoring the side of crowdfund control. I think just throughout the entire draft, I think they just had an edge with just a bit more cohesion with their champions. Meow, that's not to say that their team comp's bad. They have a lot of, I guess, how to put this, explosiveness with the Blitzcrank hook, with the Kha'Zix pick, as well as the set. I mean, with the new items being updated, we see some sets going these like mathematical builds where you just start one-shotting people with your W. And it's going to be
Yeah,
pretty hard to kill him, considering the fact that everyone on the side of crowdfund control is mostly melee. They are also mostly bruisers. Um, and so I might see Resvelg or Schwoogs with this last pick set do some work.
yeah.
What about you?
I think the name of the game, this game for crowd from control, is just to have that sedge path top and make this lane volatile. Because if set gets ahead, it's going to be very very tough for crowd from control to play. Like you said, it can be very hard to kill them. But on the side of Meow Meow Meow, I think having winning lanes, especially early, is very vital to this Kha'Zix. Set wins early. Casio, I believe, wins early for sure. I'm not sure about the Kaisa Blitz kind of situation down there in the bot lane versus Ezreal and Nautilus, but Kha'Zix will definitely have that pressure to feel comfortable full clearing and looking for those early skirmishes.
Yeah, I'm also a bit curious what both teams do level 1 here. Um, you mentioned how it's important for Kha'Zix to have winning lanes, and you could just do some level 1 shenanigans, have the Blitzcrank walk in, go for a blind hook, or if they have some knowledge on the enemy team as to where they ward level 1 or where they stand level 1, you could use that to your advantage considering 2 games have been played. And if you study just looking at the level 1, maybe you can get that hook.
Yeah, I think so. If they can pull that off, maybe even like look for a flash mid, try to pull a Kali while he's not looking. Definitely something that's been done to me before with
Oh, yeah,
many successes.
who could do that to you? That's
Yeah.
strange. I feel like
Let's just say I wasn't respecting the hooks.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah, for sure. I would like to like see. I mean, you see, Meow Meow Meow's comp. They really want to like just play very scrappy. They don't want to like 5-man into this team because it's really scary. With the amount of CC they have, they can just lock down one target, be it the Kha'Zix, the Kaisa, even the Cassia, and just blow them up with Akali damage and Camille damage. So I think they want to play like with this Kha'Zix, stealthing around, flanking, trying to get on these carries so they can pull off a team fight.
Yeah, and whenever you have these like scrappier team comps into these 5-on-5 deathball team comps, you want to see some objectives being traded. You don't want to go into the 5-on-5, and so in this case, if one team starts up the dragon, it would be good to start up the grubs. If one team goes for top turret and focuses around there, then it's good to focus onto the bot turret and go for a dive there. And so if I'm on the side of Meow, in order to compensate for some of this less team fight power, I want to see some more map mobility in response to that, and basically just focusing on one quadrant at a time.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. But yet again, I think the name of the game, this Sedge needs to go top.
Oh yeah.
Because if he doesn't go top, it's gonna be a problem. Not only is it gonna be a problem, but it's also the best lane he can gank to just get his Camille ahead.
Yeah, I would say so too. And on the other end, I really want to see some action towards especially towards Allura. If Allura gets some kills in this game, then he can be a complete menace. No one on the side of crowdfund control besides maybe the Ezreal actually has decent access into the Cassiopeia.
Hmm.
He can just stand his ground into a lot of these champions and can just, I don't know, annihilate them in these team fights if they do happen.
Yep, totally agree. Um,
All right, that being
yeah,
said,
fair.
yeah, we will be going over to a short break as we have the spectator delay. We will see you in just a few minutes. See you then.
Welcome to Summer's
Hello
End.
and welcome back to DMV Rivals. We have our third game and we might see some action immediately as both teams are approaching the top lane. Schwoogs could be going cut out.
Oh
That's what I
no.
like to see.
He gets found out by the dredge line. That haymaker shield is nowhere near big enough. And that is first blood to Ezreal.
I mean, like I said, that flash hook, it was gonna work. Shug should have known better. Shug should have known better. He's seen that happen to me, to a lot of people, level 1, in a lot of different places,
Yeah, I don't
He
namely
at
know.
least
Friday
saved his
in-houses.
flash.
Minions have
We've had
spawned.
so many in-houses where I think even Randall as like would play Camille, even would go Camille support and just run towards top lane, start hookshot. Um, and yeah, it's just as simple as that. It's really hard to get away from even if you have flash available. And that will be a first kill going over to Prone, who, as we saw in last game, popped off really easily, starting off with a tier.
Yeah, good heads up play by Dragon 1 to just flash immediately on there once he saw the set. But yeah, hopefully Prone can just take over that bot lane with that tier start. He's not gonna run out of mana at all.
Thankfully, at least for Shwoogs, he did not burn a flash, so his laning phase shouldn't be too much worse, at least until that Sejuani gets up there. Actually, a hook early in bot lane, but
Oh,
not a lot of damage from anyone. Drag of one, pushing in and hook a minion. Just a bit of trading from both people.
yeah, I would not be surprised if we see more of those trades. Drag of 1 to take the aftershock, so if you do get hooked, you can just bonk the blitz on the head and then negate a lot of the damage that follows afterwards. I will say one thing that did benefit the side of MEOW during the level 1 trade, despite the death, they got a bunch of vision down into the blue side jungle of crowdfund control, and no matter where Sejuani walks, there's a ward on the Raptors, there's a ward on the Wolves, so Nightstone will be able to track her very easily as we go into the first 3 minutes of the game. As we say that, actually Schwartz also walks down, gets even more vision down onto the blue buff. So Dota 2's beater will basically be under a magnifying lens as we see some trading in the top lane.
Yeah, if Sam can hold this wave here, I'm not sure if he will be able to. It's going to start pushing back.
Oh, no.
But you do see Dota 2 pushing back into, or sorry, pathing up to that top side like I said he should. So he's making the right call, but... Oh.
Yeah, I think pretty smart stuff. If your jungler is around, you basically want to be as scrappy as possible. Even if you take some damage, if you take a losing trade, as long as you're making the enemy HP bar low with your jungler around, then it does a lot, and we see both.
Yeah, he's stacking this wave. He's going to try to dive him.
Oh, he's ignited. Cruz might just die. He's gonna burn down. Sam with a solo kill.
I feel like that came out of nowhere. He had the burst damage to kill the set through the set W. Oh, that with solo kill, that's I mean, Luke Killers and Dota 2's beaters not even needed. Luke Killers will just TP back to mid lane, and Nightstone is gonna approach back towards the bot side, try to get something in return. And there's no vision down here.
Yeah,
No flash
Big.
on the Nautilus.
big play by Seminosuke there.
Oh!
Oh, the
Taking it on.
buffer from Drag of One takes him across the lane, but there's still just too much damage. Kha'Zix finds the kill, but teleport in from Samanusuke, and he's able to get one back, and now Nightstone out of position. Prone looking to make it 3 kills in 4 minutes, and he's gonna do just that.
Man, this bot lane is smoking them. Drag off one with the insane buffer onto the wall, negates the hook entirely. And then Samanusuke ends up TPing down. We see Dota 2's beater will be salvaging the wave up there. And meanwhile, mid lane, until Allura gets some more mana items, I don't think we'll see too much going on here. But Luke Killers will be walking up. And,
Getting some good trades here.
Yeah, Allura now getting quite low to that 5-point strike. Luke Killer's gonna flash and finds the Shuriken flip. It does not matter that your Conqueror is procced. It's Luke Killers with the solo.
What a play by the Akali. That flash E was just... Allura must have blinked and he just missed it. He couldn't flash in time to react to it. What a play by Luke Killers.
Yeah, everyone from the side of Crowdfund Control is showing up today. Not a member is out of place. And I mean, they're just playing so well as a team. We saw Samanusuke TP down there, cover his bot lane. We rarely see that with top laners. Ends up dropping away for it. And with that being said, I mean, just the mechanics coming out of everyone, the buffered hook, the flash Q on prone, as well as Luke Killers also getting that nice flash E. They're showing up today for this game number 3.
Looking really good. Just overall, the macro play has been impeccable. I feel like the communication has definitely stepped up quite a bit, especially around that Samanusuke, who's probably the primary shock player of this team. He was probably yelling at his team, you know, I have a stacked wave, come top, but he just solo killed him anyway. TP'd bot, got his team a few more kills. Prone is huge. Gonna see another trade here.
Yeah, Allura trying to fight back. Meanwhile, some visits to the bot lane, but that is not where Sedge wants to be. Almost gets blown up, has to flash back.
Yeah, nice hook from Destiny Seal from that position. There's no option besides flashing. Sejuani can't Q anywhere. And that might give Nightstone some access over towards either the bot side jungle or maybe towards his dragon. As he will be walking up. Actually opting in to go towards the top side here, maybe towards the Scuttle Crab.
I think they should definitely take advantage of that flashless Sejuani. Destiny Seal has been hitting some pretty good hooks this game thus far. Drag of One obviously doing a great buffer on the first one, but that hook will be very valuable, especially come if there's going to be any topside play around these grubs.
Almost finds another one there, but not quite. Will just be a lot of attention thrown towards these Void Grubs with Kha'Zix having first move.
Yeah, I think he couldn't start with the dragon, not only because of the fact that air dragon just does so much damage, but also the fact that Crowdfund Control had the falling prio, so he's opting into taking the grubs instead. Given the fact that Schwoogs is pretty healthy, has the ult available, but Dota his leader will be checking.
I think that
One
might be a
grub
little bit
already.
of a scrap.
One grub already down as Schwoogs and Samunusuke going toe to toe in top side. Hook shot may have gone in, and might steal from Dota to his beater. 2-for-1 split in the first round.
Yeah, not bad. Pretty stable early game right now. Crowdfund Control does have the gold lead just off those early skirmishes. I'll just see as the game progresses who's gonna get these dragons, who's gonna get the rest of the grubs.
I think Dota 2's beater needs to start pathing bot lane, maybe even skip the red. Oh,
Nope. Nothing too much. Just an easy shit.
Destiny Seal hitting these hooks. He's looking really good if he keeps that up. That guy's like 4 for 4 from the field right now. But yeah, Dota 2's beater looking to opt not to just go straight bot. Gonna see a little trade here in top lane, but overall should be fine. I was thinking that he should know that his enemy bot lane is flashless and just take advantage of that with Drag of 1 flashing forward and looking for the Sejuani R while they have the numbers on the bot side. Looks like we're just gonna pick Dragon instead.
I think at this point in the game it's pretty difficult to go for that 2v3 dive. I think we just somehow have blue pillars rotate down. But maybe this is a bit too much volatility that they're looking for. Right now, it looks like they're just playing it safe. As we say that,
Oh, the flash slam from Schwoogs. But Samunusuke now into the hexagon to buy some time. They try to walk this one out. Thing's an extra level. Thing's a grass proc as well. I like the angle from Schwoogs, but it just wasn't quite there.
yeah, he flashed over the hook shot and then suplexed him back into his turret. Samunusuke, however, was able just to ult out, avoid a lot of the damage. That does force him back though, and Gish Schwoogs, despite being down, has 2 deaths. Will just be actually able to hold his ground, get some CS, and look to get some of those first few items.
Yeah, maybe Schwoogs thought he could maybe true combo him under the tower with that ulti into the E stun, but it didn't quite go as he planned. So his flash will be burned with not much detriment to Samunosuke.
Yeah, with the game being a bit, I guess, slow right now, how would you expect both teams to play out? What are they looking for in terms of the objective map rotations? And
I think Dota 2's beater needs to accelerate the map like right here.
Oh, they're able to dodge away from the Glacial Fisher, but he's still in a 1v3, and Nightstone not going to really be able to help him. Quick, easy one for Luke Killer.
That's exactly what you want to see from Sejuani, though. They need to start snowballing their lead because eventually they will fall off against this Cassius, Kaisa, this Kha'Zix if he gets a few items. So that's exactly what you want to see from your Sejuani.
yeah, not even your Sejuani, Samunusuke just reset and it ended up going mid as well. I think we see him basically being sort of this team player as he goes for a trade, but hook lands.
Oh, Destiny Seal trying to get a return onto Dragon 1. Killer Instinct forward, and they're able to get it. Prone will probably be able to escape. Knight's gone, lurking, won't find the spike raft. And it should just be the one.
Yeah, look at that vision on the side of MEOW. The wards in the bot lane, they've got the entire place under control. And with that, they're able to get a DC hook onto Dragov 1. No buffer there in time. And another kill. Actually going to Destiny Seal. It's like nice sticking around though.
Looks like they might try to dive the Ezreal.
I mean, Cassio's already up in the top side with the miasma. And Samunusuke, that AD shield isn't going to do too much. But meanwhile, Prone is on a rampage in the bot side as Luke Killer's coming to his aid as well. The dive goes absolutely sideways. 3 kills for crowdfund.
Man, they absolutely disrespected them. You can't be making 2 plays on the opposite sides of the map. You saw the response there. Luke Killers was able just to walk down, TP over. If that was a 34, I think it could be a bit different, but they focused. Allura ended up going towards the top side, going for the 2v2 there. Look to his beater chasing forward.
Now, he will have the permafrost, so Samunusuke gonna make his way forward. Roogs gonna get a W down, but doesn't have the showstopper. Won't be having any luck getting out of that one.
Yeah,
Now mid lane, we got Drag of 1 trying to keep the action going. Luke Killers finds a shuriken. Miasma's gonna keep him in place. Nice miasma
Allura.
and a nice petrifying gaze. Big plays from Allura.
We're just seeing plays all over the map right now.
Oh yeah, Sam, he wants to go for another 1v1. What's the Kazakhs gonna do to him? The Ignite, not quite enough to get the kill. See if he wants to go back for a teleport from Schwoogs as Nightstone is running the wrong direction from his tower. Has to flash the hook shot.
Yeah,
It's
some
an
breathing
absolute
space.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, with that being said, Crowdfund Control does get a bunch of leads on the map. Prone is 5-0. Lou Killers has 3 kills for himself as well. Triforce completed on Sam and Nusuke, but I think Allura offering them a bit of breathing room with that 1v2 in the mid lane. Ends up turning it around, getting a kill onto Lou Killers. And at this point right now, they're trying to stem the bleeding, make sure they can maybe play for some of these hooks that they've been getting. Their bot lane control has been really good so far, and so maybe they can sort of close the bridge.
We have Food taking 2 plates in topside, but now he's taking a fight that's looking awfully rough. Another tactical sweep slow, and Samanusuke slices him down for a solo.
It's not looking for Shrugs up here. Honestly, Allura going top in that play a few minutes ago, I feel like really detrimented his team. Both solo laners can just look at the bot side of the map, be like, yeah, I think we know what side we're playing for this game. And so Nightstone, Lyrax, Destiny Seal tried to execute that dive, went horribly, and now we see this 5-0 Ezreal, just an absolute menace. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to stop him. You saw that Q damage. Just 1 Q decimating Lyrax. It's going to be really tough to shut down this Ezreal.
Yeah, look at MEOW's positioning there, looking to fight this bot side dragon. Destiny Seal might be a bit of out of place here.
Oh, yep, he's going to be brought in with the dredge line, flashing right over to the Sejuani, and Luke Killers will make sure he sweeps that one up.
Yep, a little bit out of position there. Looks like he was the one hooked this time. Wasn't doing the hooking. Staminosuke also half rotated over to see if the play was going to happen, if they try to fight it, but looks like he's just top here. Continues to... I mean, it just shows Schwoogs who's the real boss.
Nightstone's up here. They might be looking for a pick here on Samanusuke, but he's so strong. They're even sending Allura. Might be going for a dive here. The next time Samanusuke eats forward, looks like they will just be opting for the Herald instead.
Yeah, I mean, that's... Oh.
A bit of a quick one to Drag of 1. Do they have the damage? Not
They do
really.
not.
That dredge line goes wide, and now Prone ready to chip in the damage. Glacial Prison over the side, and it's all too easy in the bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's... You see what happened top. Nightstone, Allura, Schwoogs, they're trying to make a play onto this Camille, but they realize that they don't have any pull. Like, they can't really get onto this Camille and CC her like with certainty to actually kill her. It's gonna be way too hard, and it's gonna be like extremely hard if this Blitzcrank isn't landing these hooks, and if they can't do enough damage. Like we saw them hook Nautilus, probably one of the weaker members on the team, and Troops fighting again.
Oh, here we go. This time the flash suplex has got to work, won't it? Doesn't look like it. He needs Nightstone up here, but Samanusuke with the precision protocol gets the kill, has to give up his life to Kaze.
Yeah, okay, at this point, when MEOW is 4k down, you're taking any shutdown you can. Pretty big shutdown going on to a key member, Nightstone. Was able to
Was there
carry some
shutdown?
of these old games. Yeah, I believe so. I think, unless the chat is lying. Oh, there's no chat, actually.
There was no shutdown on that
Surely
play, I
there's a
believe.
shutdown, right? On the 4
There was no shutdown on that play, I believe.
Nah. When you go into your solo queue games and you get a shutdown for going like 5 CS above your opponent,
That's pretty much what
I would be
happened.
pretty
He's down
mad.
CS. He's down CS. We can't put a shutdown there.
Yeah, we can't put a shutdown. You might be up like 500 gold, but who cares about that? He's down 10 CS.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate there. Interestingly, noted to his beater, also 132 CS, another
Oh
top fight.
no. They're back. Schwoogs gonna now get flipped over by Luke Killers. Here comes the ulti, and down goes Schwoogs again. I just feel bad for the guy. He's been on tank duty for 2 games. Did relatively fine into Sam, and now
And
he's staring
Lyrax.
1 in 6 carry versus carry. Lyrax trying to be the carry up here. He's gonna get tagged by the Shuriken, able to flash in, get 1, get 2. Samanusuke arrives, but now he's in a 1v3, and Kha'Zix wants to turn him into prey. But I don't think he's gonna be successful with Prone and Drag of 1 in the air.
Great play by Lyrax to get those 2 kills. Dota 2's beater staying for a bit too long, but really good heads-up play by Lyrax to try and get his team back in the game. Those kills are going to be super important for him to try and carry.
Yeah, that Praise Seeker was really well played. Ends up getting that ult onto to his meter. I think right now Cardboard Control just has to slow down a tiny bit. They're getting a bit ahead of themselves. They were out there, but I think they ended up opting in for that really quick outplay onto Lyrax. Does not work out. Allura TP's over. And with Nightstone being there as well, they're able to clean up and get 2 kills for themselves. Funnily enough, both were not shutdowns.
Hey, you don't play a color to run from fights. You play a color to take every fight you see. And Prone is in a winning fight here against Destiny Seal. He's gonna flash land the last shot, but the rocket grab still comes in. Golden right hand delivers Lyrax a massive shutdown. And now they maybe have another onto Drag of 1 as Shroog's gonna lay down the pain. It's not enough. Still, big kill.
Yeah, speaking of shutdowns.
Speechless. I'm literally speechless. That guy just
flashing for the Blitzcrank.
Put himself like onto a dinner plate just with, oh my goodness. What is he? Utter disbelief. Honestly, utter disbelief.
Yeah, it was a bit strange though. Destiny Seal looked like he like hooked from the grave, ends up dying to the after Ezreal flash, but Prone does get hooked in, and the 1,000 gold shutdown will be going to Lyrax. Lyrax now 2 items complete. They now have a pretty decent chance into this game if Lyrax is able to carry in some of these team fights. But right now, Dragon spawning in 40 seconds. I'm curious if they're going to play for the objective bounties. One option is just go towards top lane and try to secure as many turrets. Strong side up there. Or you could just YOLO it and just say, you know what, this team fight, the late game is not going to get any better. Let's just go for a team fight right now onto the Dragon. Oh, we have with that Kaisa.
I think Hextech Soul is going to be super important for them not to give. MEOW really want to fight this. They do not want to give Soul Point. Luke Killers does have TP for that flank, and they need to take advantage of Pro not having that flash up.
Yeah, they are using the Herald mid. It's going to give them a bit of breathing room to go and enter into the Dragon, get some vision for themselves. We see Dragov once clearing some of the vision that's put down, but Destiny Seal is lying in the wait. Hook.
Oh, Hook is there, but another buffer from Drag of 1 gets him out. These are pretty tanky members. And now here comes the re-engage as Prone is in position, and so is Sam Manuske. They're all joining up for the fight. Lyrax can't do anything. It's 2 quick kills. A showstopper to get one back, but the boss is gonna go bankrupt down here. Dota 2 is better than Drag of 1. We'll try to set up yet another kill. Crowdfund Control are fully taking control. They're gonna grab another one, and Dragon to boot.
Man.
Those shutdowns were just not enough. They just simply lacked the damage to break through CC's front line. Oh my goodness, it's not looking good.
It was such a good attempt though. I mean, they had the setup, they put the Herald mid, the flash hook lands, but Dragov won. I don't know what he's on today, but he is crazy with the reaction time, ends up hooking the wall, buffering the flash. And even Dota 2's beater was surprised. He ends up Arctic assaulting forward, thinking that would be the team fight start, but honestly, Dragov 1 is out there.
Really well played by Dragov 1. He's been looking really good, getting role swap to support this series. Really good adaptation by CC. I don't think that gets enough credit in this series so far. But both of these players have been looking impeccable on the respective roles.
Yeah, so far, Prone's only death here has just been to that little overextension under the turret with the flash onto the Blitzcrank. He's had a really good game for himself. Almost 10 CS per minute, 8-1 on the Ezreal. And I think the entire team is pulling through.
Oh, but this time Destiny Seal trying to get a pull onto Drag of 1. Nado's fairly tanky, dishing a lot of damage back with Prone by his side. Destiny Seal, I don't even know who you hook at this point because it seems like they're all going awry.
Yeah, they're looking at the Baron here too. Following a skirmish here.
Oh, Lyrax trying to make his way forward. That Nautilus is going to be caught out. It's going to be a quick kill. A bit of a pit stop on the ward. It's still a kill all the same and no Baron.
Yeah, looks like that's going to stop their Baron attempt, but Dragov kind of putting himself out there as bait. Oh. Samanosuke is going to fight Allure here.
He wants to fight. Thought he saw the Petrifying Gaze, goes into the Hexagon, and now calls the fight off. Does he have another hook shot?
He definitely does.
Still with ulti. Here he comes, or does he? Nope, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good patience there. Samunosuke not fully committing, not knowing where the jungler was. But I think crowdfund control, once again, pushing the gun a bit with the Baron start. Dragov 1 being on the upside of the wall to get ends up getting picked out. But yeah, man, he ends up starting up with getting hooked, ends up with the Nautilus engage as well, basically just delivering the
Yeah.
Nautilus into the team. And it's kind of a situation, it's like, am I trapped in here with you, or are you trapped in here with me, as he just turns the
No, you're
fight.
trapped in here with my Ezreal, who's coming over the wall to destroy you guys. That's literally what's happening. Dragon 1 is just putting himself like on a fishing line, saying, yeah, like here, I'm free meat. Destiny Seal hooking Dragon 1 hasn't had good consequences so far in this game. I think he needs to start looking for another target, but who's gonna hook? Maybe that one, if it landed. But Prone is very slippery.
Yeah, that was close. Alright, so Asif with the dragon spawning in 2 minutes. And it's Chemtech Soul. What are you actually? Never mind. Could be a fight here.
Yeah, they're all converging onto Allura. He doesn't get tagged by the Shuriken, but still, he has to fight a 1v4. Odds aren't great.
Alright, so Asif, going back to the question after this death as well. What can you do from this after your MEOW? What potential chance can you get back into this game?
Well, like I said, the only chance that they have going into this game for any engage is Blitzcrank Cook here.
The damage from Prone just forcing Lyriax away before anything else can really happen. Destiny still thought he found the boar, but just too tanky. Has to be just Prone, it feels like.
Blitzcrank Cook onto any of the carries to blow them up is the only way that they can actually come back from this game. This Soul going over, or maybe they'll start at the Baron here, but in a minute they'll have to set up for the Soul, and there's absolutely no way they can walk into just this behemoth of a front line that CC have into them. Destiny Seal needs to look for something creative to find a hook and have his Kha'Zix and Kai'Sa follow up on that as well.
Yeah, it is really rough until you get a few more items on the Casio. I think you're not going to be able to beat anyone in the side lane. I think the set has basically been forced out of the game. And with that being said, your hook has to be really on point. If you hook that Sejuani, you hook that Nautilus, you can actually be doing damage to your team instead as you give them more room to engage, as we saw with that last team fight. 35 seconds on the Dragon. So far, neither team actually has too much vision. Crowdfund Control has a bit, but some pretty late resets going through. Neither team is really prepared for this quite yet.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
We do have 25 seconds still to go, and they definitely have to put in the work to clear out this vision. Last Dragon fight, you had Luke Killers and Samunosuke coming in on all sorts of angles. Lyrax did not really get to play, as now it will be Crowdfund
He has
Control
setup
moving in.
here. Samunosuke just wins this, I think, outright, unless Allura outplays it.
And it's gonna survive in the Hexagon. Actually, the Casio fighting back very well, flashing in. The last bit of poison gets the solo.
Right, he has
and
TP.
Allura still has ult and TP. He's gonna join up for this play. It's now 4v5 with Nightstone trying to just lurk around. Prone though gonna shift in. Takes the Kha'Zix down below half. There's a hook on the Dragon 1. Can they wolf the Nautilus? As here comes Troops in the backline, looking for Face Breaker, but Prone just evades them all. Now takes out Nightstone. They're moving in. They need the Ezreal, and that Killer Instinct is enough to do it. But here comes Luke Killers. Now with the shutdown in return.
Oh!
Flash hook finds him on the line. And that is the fight that MEOW needed.
MEOW has come alive. It starts with Allura getting the solo kill in the top lane versus Samunosuke on this Camille, but not that. Schwoogs with the insane engage. If you saw, he ulted in, and then he repositions with the flash W, gets a 3-man hit on all members of the side of MEOW, or Crowdfund Control. Dota 2 is better. He's looking for the steal. No
Doesn't
jungler.
look good. Doesn't look good.
He's the only smite. Here comes Samunosuke trying to get revenge onto Allura, but he's still got Petrifying Gaze. They're trying to get the lockdown. Hextech Soul is still there.
Oh,
you can
no.
take the Blitzcrank. You can take the Camille, but it is Samunosuke running the show.
Yeah, maybe that was a big brain play by Samunosuke to die so that they can wrap around and get the flank, right, guys? No, but that was very overconfident by Samunosuke in the top lane to think that he could 1v1 the Cassia. That went really poorly for CC until they overstayed for the Dragon, trying to deny them the soul. And then they just got wiped by Samunosuke respawning and flanking them on a TP ward. Really unfortunate, because MEOW that looked like their entryway back into this game, and now they just lost Soul, they just lost Baron, and the doors have just swung shut again.
Yeah, Meow won 5 for 1. But you know who that one was? That one was Nightstone. That was their jungler. Actually, it was 4 for 1 because Dota 2's beater actually was the last person staying alive. It was the worst scenario possible for Meow. And he was just hiding over the other side of the wall with the Warmogs, was able to heal up, and you can't outsmite the Sejuani. You can't out DPS her either. And so, with Samanusuke TPing in, they were able to recover the team fight, get the soul, and now with the Baron, it's their game finishing lead right here. We'll have to see how they close out the game.
Yep, this game is theirs for them to close out. Really, again, their only look at this point is this hook, maybe?
Yeah, they have Sedge on Miasma, and they have the dunk from Schwoogs, but hey, simple flash key in Dota 2 is fine.
Destiny Seal needs to keep landing those.
I mean, Warmogs is going to tick Sejuani up pretty well here. Doing enough. Does get tagged by the poison.
That was a pretty good attempt right there. They end up blowing both the hook and the settle. Despite that, they're not able to take down Dota2's beater. But they do, however, get his flash, so if he does get hooked again, could be a kill going off there. But right now, it looks like they're setting up the play. Samanusuke will be pushing the mid lane. Should be pretty safe by himself. Top lane, however, they're setting up 4. They do have the ult available as well.
So I'm just going to look to poke them under the tower. Samanusuke they're playing the 4-1 right here. Dota 2's better is going to go back mid to try and help Samanusuke, but the name of the game is to just slowly poke down this top tower and play. They're just playing a 3-2 here. It looks like they can't answer both lanes with Prone being so strong. And the macro game for CC looking really good here.
I'm not sure where Destiny Seal thought he was going with that bit of a mechanical malfunction. He just gives up his life for free. Glacial Prison, as I feel like Crowd for Control want to get this one done and dusted now in a 5v4.
Yep, they see losers finals already in their sights. Already got a pick. 5 of their members still standing strong. Destiny Seal 20 seconds, and they're looking to just push out this bot wave. Actually, look for those 3 inhibs. Try to play it safe instead of forcing the Nexus towers. Dragon might be caught out here.
Dragon didn't catch the Hextech train. Forced to burn the depth charge. Don't know if Nightstone can really chase him down with that dredge line coming through.
The Samus on the Nexus towers.
Yeah, he's going to try to duke it out. Dragon will fall here, but it's Samanusuke and the rest of Crowd Control pushing for the objectives. There's a hook, but Sejuani will tank it up with ease. Now Schwoogs looking for an angle. Finds a massive haymaker, but he's going to give up his life. Prone is just shooting them all down. It's 1 for 1.
Yeah,
3 versus 4.
I can't imagine they can hold this very well. They have to clear the minions. There's no Baron left. Prone actually dashing forward. Blue Killers.
Blue Killers onto the backline. Has to go golden. Petrifying Gaze is dodged by Prone, and he's just going to make it too easy for Crowd Funk Control to take this game. Now another hook isn't doing much. Samanusuke on a killing spree. They're trying their best on these assassins, but it is all for naught. It's all for Samanusuke to drop a triple and send his team into top 3.
Congratulations.
That will be the final game, yeah. That will be MEOW going home, but Crowd Fund Control makes it out of the second round of the losers bracket. And you know what that means, Mr. Hoptech right here.
They're up against the biggest rat of all time. Me, yours personally. I'm just kidding. It's not me. Our team as a whole is the biggest rat. Oops. But overall, I just want to talk about the game. Forget about us for now. Really, really well executed by Crowd for Control from draft. I thought they just played a comp they were comfortable with. Samanusuke on that Camille, something he's really comfortable with on that champion. Sejuani was picked early to try and get that lockdown, that ganking jungler that Dota 2 is so good at getting those ganks off, getting his lanes ahead. Akali getting picked up for Lu Killers. And it just seemed like they were just outclassing MEOW on all these on all fronts. The early game was really rough. Into the mid game, it just snowballed from that failed bot dive. Cassio going top to salvage a lane that wasn't really worth salvaging, and it just snowballed out of control from there.
Yeah, without a doubt. Would you say you would give any MVP? What would be your MVP votes for the entire series for this game?
Okay, me personally, I'm gonna keep my hands off because I wasn't fully attentive for the first two games. I think every player on Crawford Control played extremely well. So I'll defer to you to give the MVPs.
Oh, it's so rough. I honestly, I almost want to give it to Dragoff 1. I feel like he played outside his mind. I mean, those buffers on the hooks were crazy, as well as some of the engages. But it's also so difficult. I mean, Prone played also out of his mind. Just like the bot lane duo together, I feel like I would just give my MVP vote to. Um, yeah, I don't know. They were exceptional.
Yeah, everyone was exceptional this game. Completely just outclassed their opponents. Really well played to everybody here.
All right, we will be doing some interviews. We'll be dragging in two members inside of Crowdfund Control uh, as we move in both the bot laners.
Oh,
Hello, welcome. Congratulations on your very close win between MEOW and yourselves as Crowdfund Control. So obviously, you guys had some very creative, a creative switch up between the support and ADC role. So I guess to either Interpede or towards Dragov, I guess what was the mindset between doing that switch going into game 2 and 3? And yeah,
just
I guess
wasn't performing that first game, so we figured, a little switch up.
yeah. I think we needed a little bit. So we needed to like calm down in early game a little bit and like not flip the game. And I think like having Jinx as a strong scaling hyper carry is very valuable. So like Jinx is one of my strong champs. So we just switched that up and then scaled up.
Very good, very good. I think you guys made that adaptation really, really well. I think you guys just fit into that role perfectly. I'm not sure if you practiced it beforehand, you switching to ADC and Drag of One going on that support role. But you guys look like, just really, really just perfect out there. And props to you guys. So talk us through that the game three because I was only casting for game three. But what did you hope to accomplish in the game three comp that you picked up here?
Jacob, you want to answer or should I?
You got this.
Right. So we've been having this sleeper Sejuani pick. But now we finally decided to B1 it. And having that gave us a lot of flexibility in draft. And their bans changed up a lot. And our mid laner is a very strong Akali player. So we wanted to give him confidence, and he's just like, screw it, let me just pick it. And we just picked it early. And then Nautilus is always a very solid pick. So we just picked that blind too. And then I wanted something that could duel well with Nautilus, and since Kai'Sa was taken away, Ezreal is a pretty good fit too. And Sam just picking whatever champ he was comfortable on, and we just went to work.
yeah, it makes sense. We've seen throughout the both like all three drafts, there was a lot of mid lane bans going to both teams. So I guess was that something you were expecting, something you were watching out for? Was Allura someone you were trying to target?
Uh, it's kind of funny because we weren't expecting it, and then game one, right off the bat, Talia and Akali were banned, and then our mid laner was like, "Oh man, we're pinched now, guys." So we had to play with Syndra for our first two games, and he's still pretty good on that. It's not one of his like top two picks, but he still went to town on that. So I guess we were still prepared, but it definitely did catch us off guard.
Yeah, I feel like Luke Killer has definitely adapted. I mean, throughout all the games, I think mostly of them had his CS lead, also had a very good performance overall, just getting a few solo kills. I'm also interested, going back, I want to trace back through some of the previous bracket stage performances. So inside of the elimination stage, you did end up losing 2-1 versus Jason to the fifth. And then after that, looks like you were handily able to take down Habibi's Kittens. Have there been some adaptations or just in general team atmosphere changes that have happened throughout all of these series, and as we look into the next one.
Yeah,
Dragov,
I'd
you
like
want to
to
answer
know.
this?
I'd like to know.
Dragov, you want to answer this?
I mean, I don't know. It's mostly just gotta play confidently, gotta listen to the calls, and then it's just trusting the call, learning to trust in the call, learning to trust in each other, kind of to fulfill our parts.
Yeah, so you're saying trust in the call. Who is making those calls? Is there like is it like mostly like everyone's calling as a team, or is there someone in particular that's doing a lot of the communication?
Usually, it's our top laner doing these good calls. He saw us TP bot lane. Yeah, he's he's just eyes around the map, pretty aware of what's going on, and got a good hit on him, and then yeah.
Yeah, I got a chance to speak with Prone earlier when we were casting. It sounds like the Luke Killers and Dota 2's beater like to banter a lot, but then Sam Minuski in the top lane is sort of like that stern dad who sort of keep things in order and make sure to make sure that the team is well coordinated and is going for the same play.
Yeah, those two are funny, man.
They've definitely got their own dynamic duo going on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like a great team chemistry you got there. But yeah, hoping to see you guys keep up the performance against us very soon, very soon.
Yeah, so I mean, only 2 games left. First off, going into your immediate matchup afterwards, you're facing against Big Rat, with this guy right here also
That's me.
sitting in.
Mm.
Any expectations versus them? I want to hear you say, I want to stomp these guys 2-0.
It's gonna be a close match, I think.
As all our best of threes have been.
Not saying too much, but we'll keep it close, you know.
All right, yeah, maybe have some stuff up your sleeve. We did see the Sejuani today, as you mentioned. I'm excited to see what you guys have in store. And with that, we will be closing up for the day. Thank you for the exciting match. That was definitely a pleasure to watch. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, see you guys next time on DMV Rivals. Thank you for both
Donate to
Shiv
DM,
and
donate to DMV, donate to DMV.
yeah, donate on the
I mean,
last couple of days.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.